What should be the ratio of velocities of C2H6? What is it? It is ethane and oxygen molecules, so that they are associated with de Broglie waves of equal wavelengths. So what do you need to find out here? We need to find out the velocities of these molecules so that the wavelength of the waves emitted are equal. So, as it is saying, it's the de Broglie waves, right? So what do we need to apply here is the de Broglie equation. Now, what is the de Broglie equation, students? It is lambda is equal to h upon mv, where m is the mass of electron, v is the velocity. It can be electron or any other particle. V is the velocity, h is the Planck's constant. Now what is it saying? The wavelength of C2H6 should be equal to the wavelength of oxygen molecule. So you need to calculate their velocities. Now let's equate the two. Say lambda C2H6 is equal to h upon mass of C2H6 and velocity of C2H6. Likewise, lambda oxygen is equal to h upon, sorry students, it is h upon mass of oxygen multiplied by the velocity of oxygen. Now both of them are equal, so what we can do is h upon mass of C2H6. What is the mass of C2H6? What is the mass of carbon? It's 12. Twice of it, it's 24. 24 plus 6, what do you get? 30, right? So mass of C2H6 would be 30 multiplied by the velocity of C2H6, and that should be equal to what? It should be equal to h upon mass of oxygen is how much? Mass of one oxygen atom is 16. So 2 would be 32 into velocity of oxygen. Right? So, how will you calculate the velocity of C2H6 upon the velocity of oxygen? Just cross multiply it, will be equal to 32 upon 30. Right? So that is the velocity of C2H6 is equal to 32 upon 30 times the velocity of oxygen. Right? So if we just simplify it, you'll get some 1.2 or something else. So the velocity of ethane molecule should be 32 by 30 of the velocity of oxygen. Clear? So this was a very simple question to start with. You can divide 32 by 30. So it would be 1.066 times that of velocity of oxygen molecule. So if the ethane molecule is moving with this velocity, the wavelength emitted by ethane will be equal to the wavelength emitted by oxygen.